Welcome back at TMS fam. As marketing continues to evolve at a rapid pace, the Marketing Innovation Summit happening on the 3rd and 4th of July in Midrand, Johannesburg is set to provide attendees with cutting-edge knowledge and insights. Joining us this morning is the Dean and Director of Henley Business School in Africa, Jon Foster-Pedley. Jon, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Such a pleasure. Thank you, Carla.
Thank you. Now, Jon, I want to ask you, with your early experiences in the Air Force and various career paths, how did that shape your approach to leadership and education at Henley Business School?
That's a great question. When I was very young, I joined the Royal Air Force as a cadet, went to a military academy. And one of the things they taught you a lot at military academy was around leadership. Now, I don't pretend to be a great leader at all, but I'm definitely learning and trying to improve. I make mistakes, but I think all leaders do. And I think that's one of the things about leadership that matters. The first thing is you've got to have the right attitude. And the attitude is not me, me, me. It's about what's the purpose, what's the team, me, team, and what are we in the world, what are we trying to do in the world. And you have to have that approach. So if you make it about yourself, your whole horizons come small. And so you've got to have that attitude. Secondly, you've got to be ruthlessly honest. And I can't say that I'm always doing that, but I try. And in the aviation world where I came from, they have something called just culture. So if you make a mistake, you tell somebody. And if you make a reasonable mistake, even if you're an airline pilot, you obviously it's not a really dangerous one, you go and talk to your chief pilot and you talk to the other pilots and they say, well, that you didn't do well there, but they take you through every last bit of it until you learn. And that transparency allows you to learn from yours and everyone else's mistakes.
That's very true. Now, Jon, since you have become the Dean and Director of Henley Business School in Africa, we've seen tremendous growth and transformation and great things coming from the brand and the institution, but there are also challenges. So what are those challenges and how did you overcome them?
Well, we started very small. We had 5 people. We've got 115 now. We
Wow.
had 30 graduates a year. We've got 2,000 a year. And we had one program. We've got multitudes of them now. And we did all that without anyone ever giving us any money. So it was all bootstrapped. And the way we did it was to really focus on value. What is it we are in the world? We say we build a people who build a businesses to build Africa. And we try and make sure that everyone who comes through our doors gets better at something. I think it's really important when you just training up a few people, a few hundred, it's very difficult from training 4,000 or 40,000 as we'd like to do, because there are so many people in South Africa who are clever, but don't get a chance to have education through no fault of their own. So let's change that. There's smart people working out there. Let's give them a chance to do even better. And that's what drives us.
I also love play on words. I love it. You have founded and started MBA. What exactly is it and how does it help NGOs and SMEs in Africa?
So MBA, MBAID, was just a play on words, as you say, to create an NGO that tries to turn the activities of a business school towards social benefit. So we've worked with about over 300 NGOs to try and help them.
Oh, that is beautiful to hear and to see. And what I'm seeing is also people graduating, students and people who take on their studies a little bit later, but effectively people graduating and going into the workforce will help the African economy. Where do you see African businesses in, let's say, the next decade?
The one thing about South Africa is that 20 years ago, we dug things out of the ground and sold them, and we built things, and we had a good banking sector. 20 years later, we've pretty much got the same, whereas Vietnam has gone from primary industries, textiles and agriculture, to one of the most diverse and tech-savvy cultures and economies ever, and grown multiple times. We haven't got a diverse economy. I'd love to see us bringing many more different sectors into the economy to give opportunity for people who can start their own companies. And I think that what we'll see is that the natural talent of South Africans will be given more capability if we broaden the society. Did you know that of 100 people who start school, only 5 in South Africa get a degree within 5 years of leaving school? And in Finland it's 55, in Britain it's 50. So where do all these clever people go? Well, they go and work.
Now, Jon, talking about that workforce that is currently working and being innovative, it is the Marketing Innovation Summit that's going to happen very soon in Midrand, Johannesburg. What can attendees expect if they are going to attend?
I think when you go to a Marketing Innovation Summit, you're looking for new ways of thinking about marketing. Now, there's two types of marketing. There's small M marketing, which is your marketing department, or big M marketing. And that's everything you do that has a touch point with a client, whether it's your PR, whether it's your customer service, and involves the whole of the organization, particularly the senior managers as well, who must have that mindset. And I'm hoping that when you go to this summit, you'll get much more than little techniques or micro techniques on digital marketing, etc. They are very important, but you'll have a perspective that says that marketing is one of the most powerful ways to promote industry. You have to let people know what you do. There's good marketing, which is telling the truth, and there's not so good marketing, which is trying to fool people. Just tell the truth about your organization in ways that people can access. Don't build it up into something it's not. It'll let you down in the end. One of the most important things I think that people will get from the Marketing Innovation Summit is to understand the importance of messaging. Because there's research done by Ipsos Marcos that shows that as much time as you put into targeting and micro-positioning of your brand, you'll get a return on that. But you get 5 times the return in terms of new clients, etc., from focusing on the quality of your message. What it is you're selling, what it is you believe in, how people can relate to it, and how you tell people that in ways that they can access it. And because people are really smart, they know when they're being fooled, and your brand reputation will sink unless you're truthful.
And if you go to the Marketing Innovation Summit, you'll know exactly which brand to listen to and where the loopholes are in the industry. And talking about the Innovation Summit, I had a list of names of keynote speakers in front of me. It looks incredible. You are also going to be one of them. What are some of the insight and tidbits that you will share to the people who will come and listen?
I think people should understand that marketing is something that you can get into reasonably easily, but it's very hard to do well. It's one of the most hardest intellectual activities there is, because it involves communication, your presence. You've got to look inside yourself. You're dealing with complex patterns of meaning and value. And by understanding that, you will grow. And if you're a good marketer and good in business development, you will always be able to get to senior positions in an organization, because you will understand the value you create, how to build the organization, not just how to manage the costs. And that equation between building and managing the costs is what makes a company succeed. Yeah. And so be encouraged, go there and imagine yourself as a CMO or CEO.
Jon, thank you so much for the innovative chat and everything that you shared today. I cannot wait for people to go listen to you at the Marketing Innovation Summit. I think there are tons and tons of things for them to learn from you. So thank you so much for the conversation today.
Thank you very much, Carla.
Thank you. And it has been truly inspiring to hear about the journey and the incredible work being done at Henley Business School in Africa, as very exciting prospects is happening. So do join the Marketing Innovation Summit, and if you want to book your seat at this year's Marketing Innovation Summit, you can head over to marketinginnovationsummit.co.za. We'll be right back.